AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Happy holidays! Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy Holiday.
You're listening to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends recap romance novels while loving a goofy date and having very clear feelings about respecting the privacy of journals.
Stack our shelves with the clinches out. Shout it from the rooftop, can you hear the sound? Yeah. Live your best life, love it out loud. Love it out loud.
Hey, HBs. This Friday on Patreon and our Apple Podcast subscription, I'm telling Sabrina all about the next two books in this series, which are about the other two friends in this beautiful trio. That's Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail and Iris Kelly Doesn't Date. We're so thankful for every single person who tunes in every week. And if you find it in your beautiful hearts to support us on Patreon, holy shit. So here's a big, warm welcome to a new group of excellent honeybees over on Patreon. Evie, Milan P, Alana L, Stacy O, Short Not Sweet, and BP. We're running a sale right now on our Patreon memberships for the holidays. So between today and December 31st, you can get 25% off any membership, whether it's for you or as a gift. Head to patreon.com/Heaving Bosoms podcast so you can support these bosoms too. All right. When we left you yesterday, Delilah had developed a pretty serious crush on Claire. And her stepsister, Astrid, had just seen some of the photos Delilah's taken at her wedding events so far, which, while beautiful, couldn't help but capture how Astrid was literally white-knuckling this wedding situation. So, not ideal. That's where we're jumping in.
So Delilah shows up at Claire's house because Delilah and Iris have shown up to plot with Claire on Operation Shitboot.
Oh yeah, Iris has kidnapped Delilah from the inn, and Delilah was going to say a hard no until she found out that they were going to Claire's house in order to do this scheming. And suddenly she was like, oh, you know what? I
guess I can go
that's
to
no
that.
problem, really. I've got nothing else to do. So now, now she's at Claire's house. And they are flirting, they're scheming.
There's like some cute stuff. Iris leaves because she has movie night with her adorable boyfriend, Grant, who I'm just so grateful is not dead.
Who continues
and not
to be a gem.
douchebag.
Yeah.
And Ruby ends up at a sleepover, and now it's
wait. But also, like, from a mom point of view, this is pivotal, right? Because she's currently trying to co-parent with her notoriously unreliable ex, and that's really uncomfortable. But then Ruby asks Delilah if she'll show her some photography and like how to do it. Will she teach her anything about it? And so Claire watches them go out to the backyard and watches Delilah just like really, really calmly mentor and teach Ruby about like, you know, angles and all this stuff. And it's just the cutest thing. And to the point that like Ruby's so excited about it when she's going to leave that she almost impulsively throws herself at Delilah and hugs her around the waist. And Delilah thinks to herself, I can't remember the last time I was touched in an affectionate but like not sexual way. And so she hugs Ruby back and it's super sweet. And then Ruby goes to a sleepover.
Oh my
and
God.
now it's
I
just
fucking
them.
forgot about this and we're already past it, but like I just made me so
tell me.
fucking mad because I was scrolling looking for the quote because I have the quote of what you just described.
Yeah.
But I also have the quote. God, Spencer's such a fucking weasel. Because he says, she's a good girl, he said, and Delilah's jaw clenched even tighter. I think you mean woman. Claire shifted, her shoulder just touching Delilah's. Spencer turned back to them. Excuse me? Woman. Delilah waved to where Astrid had disappeared into the kitchen. Astrid, your fiance is a woman. Nearly 30 years old, if I recall correctly. And then Spencer's eyes narrowed. Astrid said you were fiery. And Astrid said next to nothing about you. The words just came out, rude tone at all. She heard Claire, and I loved this line because something about this guy felt like sandpaper rubbed over a sunburn. No one could ever accuse Delilah of feeling affection for her stepsister, but she felt even less for assholes who so obviously wielded their dicks like swords.
Yes.
Man, the fucking feminist fury in this book is real nice.
It's great.
Real satisfying.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Did you find the Ruby quote?
Yes,
The
I can.
snuggle quote? Please do. I love it.
Then she stepped forward and wrapped her arms around Delilah's middle. For a second, Delilah didn't move. She couldn't remember the last time someone had hugged her. Years. Jax was probably the last person, and toward the end of their relationship, it was more mindless screwing than anything else. Stress relief for both of them. Lord knows that's all Delilah had done since. Thoughtless touches, desperation for skin without any real heart behind it. This, though? This embrace? From an almost teenager, no less. And everyone knew almost teenagers hated everyone. It took the breath out of her. Literally, for a few seconds as Ruby rested her head against Delilah's chest, arms tight around her waist, she couldn't find enough air, her eyes stinging with a swell of sudden tears. But then she moved her arms around Ruby, pressed her cheek to the top of her hair. She exhaled what felt like a decade's worth of anxiety and accepted the girl's love.
Oh, it's fucking beautiful. Yeah. So Ruby leaves, and suddenly it's just Claire and Delilah. And at the very same moment, Claire says, "Do you want some wine?" As Delilah says, "Better go."
And then, listener, we don't have time to dig into all of the tarot stuff, but we have the funniest tarot reading scene between them where they're like flirting and there's like some joking about praying mantises that's real fun and sexy. And then it's fucking on, TM.
Yeah. Also, the tarot comes back hard in book 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. By the way, listener, we are skipping a lot of fantastic things about this book because we're being responsible podcasters.
Efficiency
today.
in 2026.
And just read it. Go read this book.
Truly.
It's delightful. It's fun.
Yeah. And the audiobooks are excellent. FYI.
Really? I'll bet that they are. You know how sometimes you can just you read a book and you're like, man, this is such a good audiobook. Like some books, it's like, it's not so much like you're like, yeah, it'd be fine as an audiobook. And I understand the need for there to be an audiobook, but there are some books that you read it and you're like, this would translate exceptionally well to audio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it solo narrator?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And her voices are so subtle and perfect. It's crazy. She manages to do so many different female voices, which is one of the hardest things to do, you know? Yeah.
I believe it.
So anyway, yeah, it's on TM. The sex in this book, the sex in every book.
It's so good, but also there's a moment where Claire does something that I'm like, how do you do that?
Okay.
Which is, and I get like, so she's fingering Delilah, because by the way, Delilah goes down on her like fucking champ, and it is
Yeah.
hot and it is awesome. The whole thing is great. And then there's a scene where Claire is fingering Delilah, but her hand is like against her own clit, and then they come together. And I
Oh.
was like, I had to like stop. I literally was reading it and I like paused and I was like, what are the logistics to that?
Yeah.
And I think part of it I realized is it's always been women, like it's always been women shorter than me that I have sex with. And so if I'm fingering them, generally like that is not that's what I realized.
It's not
'cause I
your
was like,
pubic area.
how does
they're-
that even work? And
Yeah.
I realized that we're similar heights thing. And that's just not
Yes.
super common in my life. But I
Yeah,
was
right.
like, what a fantastic, fascinating thing. So I guess listener, here's my call. Hey listener, heaving bosoms at podcast at gmail.com. Have you ever done that? Is that a thing? Is that a real thing people do? That's
Tell
fascinating.
us
to me.
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So then they are like their post orgasmic bliss, right? And then her phone rings. Claire's phone rings. And it is the sleepover mom. And it turns out the two girls, the 10-year-olds, had a fight. And Ruby really, really wants to come home. And so Claire is like, okay, just stay in here and I'll get Ruby to bed or whatever. And Delilah says, like, I can just leave. And she's like, well, Ruby's going to be back, like, right now, so don't. But also, I want you to stay if you want to. So she hangs out in the room and listens to Claire, like, comforting Ruby as she cries over her friend breakup kind of a situation. And one thing I really loved about this part and this, like, overall dynamic is that some of the deepest wounds for Delilah are inflicted upon her right at this age after her dad dies. And so seeing the kind of, I hate to say it this way, but like, you know, catty girl dynamics that sometimes happens in preteens play out at the exact same time that Delilah is grappling with the fact that Claire used to be part of the group that excluded her and wasn't nice to her. Because at one point, she has a whole conversation with Claire where she's like, you were awful to me. Like, my relationship with Astrid is really cut and dry. She hates me. She does not want me around. And everybody made that very, very clear every time you came
And
over
Claire
to the
was
house.
like, I did not want you around. And she's like, that's not accurate.
Well, Claire apologizes. She's like,
Yeah.
I should have included you more. And then Delilah looks at her and she says, but you didn't want to.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oof. Yeah, so it's kind of a gut punch for Claire. And watching this like sort of play out in real time and, you know, just see that like a
It's
lot of
just
it's
so
just
hard
the
because, like,
developmental level.
I was just going to say, yeah, like so much of it is just that age.
Yeah.
You know, like that
yeah.
was the thing I was thinking at this point. I was already at this point in the book where I was thinking to myself, like, y'all just got stuck in that age. All of this happened at the worst fucking possible time for all of you
Mm-hmm.
in a developmental manner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is just such a bad age for all of this to have been happening.
Yeah.
And I just,
So
not that there's ever a good time, but, you know.
sure. No, absolutely. But it's especially tough.
But like in puberty, that's
Yeah.
rough.
So she ends up staying over and then leaving before Ruby wakes up. And it's great. They have more chats or whatever. And I think this is where they decide that they're going to go camping. She says, please come on this camping trip because Josh, the baby daddy, wants to take her daughter on a camping trip overnight. And she's like,
Their
I barely...
daughter.
Well, but from her, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. From her point of view, the
Oh,
fuck
yes,
it's our
yes.
daughter.
Yes,
For,
yes,
like,
yes.
I have done all the fucking work up until this point, and she
Yes,
is
yes,
being
yes.
really good about like including Josh and fostering this relationship and all of that. But it's hard
Even
for
though
her
she
to
is living in terror that he's going to fuck up and leave again, which like
or leave the stove on. That happens one time, literally. Like Claire goes over and he has left the stove on after making pasta. Again, undiagnosed, unmedicated ADHD.
I was just going to say, like, I guess I had undiagnosed,
Hoopsed among
unmedicated
us.
ADHD. Yeah, like for so long that I'm like, I mean,
Is it really
not
that
great.
bad? Yeah.
It's not great.
No, I know.
But also,
I
like,
know.
even diagnosed and medicated the other day, I was living my
Uh-huh.
life, and all of a sudden, I, like, went through the kitchen for some reason, and I went, that shouldn't be on.
Uh-huh.
That definitely shouldn't be on. No wonder my kitchen is so warm right now. Interesting.
Yeah. Yikes. Yeah. So her thing is like, I'm nervous when he's 3 blocks away at his apartment, let alone out in the middle of the goddamn forest with very little cell reception and bears and snakes and whatever else, right?
Well, and it's so hard because, like, he does like outdoorsiness. So, like, this is something
Yeah.
he is actually good at, but because of him fucking up elsewhere, like, she doesn't feel like she can trust him because guess what, buddy? Your track record really sucks. I love you,
You gotta
Josh, but
earn
your
it.
track record fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So, like, even though she knows that you have this camping history and you're good at this, guess what, buddy? She can't trust you as far as her daughter is concerned, period. It's like,
I will say, though, Josh, bless him, and I mean that in the / nicest way I can. Did that work? Did I do it?
it's not exactly how it happened, but
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well,
Well, you know,
as far as
fair enough.
HBHQ is concerned, I'll allow it.
Thank you. I'm going to try to be hip with the kids, you know.
Yep, that's what me and my Tumblr knowledge is hip with the kids. My Tumblr jokes.
So,
Oh my God, Melody,
mean,
I've
and
hit a
bless
new
him.
low. I made a fucking a very niche Tumblr joke on a
What,
date
you?
the other day. I
Oh my
was
God.
like, it left my mouth and I went, and he was just dead silent. And I was like, you didn't get that, did you? Because he had at some point said, he's like, oh yeah, I know Tumblr. And I apparently took that as your
you live there. You're deep in the weeds.
you live there like I do. And that's not the case.
Uh-huh.
He was
Yeah.
very confused. And of course, then he wanted like an
And you had to explain it.
explanation. And I was like, I honestly don't know how
Look,
to
there are these
explain this to you.
unicorns. And also, there's a Leo
No,
Pleurodon.
it's literally, there's a picture from
Look, there are so many spiders. Okay.
Did you just make a chart? Melody, Leo Pleurodon is not Tumblr. That is YouTube. It is Charlie the
What?
Unicorn. I cannot
Come
believe that
on.
you made that. You just did that. I will accept the / nicest. I will not expect you slandering Charlie the Unicorn.
Well, you
that
better
was
get on.
before Tumblr, my friend. Actually, I don't know when Charlie.
No.
I feel like it had to have been before Tumblr.
Couldn't have
though.
been. No way. No way.
Charlie the
No.
Unicorn is so fucking old, Melody.
Well, you better get on board with the Georg and the spiders situation. I did that real good. Thank you so much.
Did
There
you
are
just
so
say
many
that?
spiders.
I'm very
Yeah.
proud of you. I am proud of you. I didn't even clock that because I was so horrified by the Leo Pleurodon fiasco. But yeah, no, it was
It's a
just such
Leo Pleurodon, Charlie. That's all I
Leo
know.
Pleurodon. Oh my God, can that be an Embrace thing for next year? It's a
Maybe,
Leo
yeah.
Pleurodon Charlie or something. Oh God. Oh man, I'm infecting you, Melody. Anyway, so the
True.
point is that I'm just a embarrassing mess. But anyway,
I dig it.
continue.
Well, and so bless him, Josh, he understands his sort of precarious situation, and he is so patient with Claire. Like, really.
Yes.
To the point that, like, I would probably bristle being like, I'm not a fucking catastrophe, you know? Like, you can trust me a tiny bit.
10,000%. I would be so much more.
I would be defensive about
I would
it. a bit.
absolutely. The way that she talks to him in certain scenes, I would become a defensive nightmare of a human
Yeah.
being. I would
Yeah,
be,
absolutely.
I would be
immediately
an
bristle.
unreasonable asshole.
Yeah. Well, and this is so funny because as they're talking about this camping trip, Iris decides that this is a perfect opportunity to get Astrid alone. And so she's like, if you are worried about camping trip, just let's all go on camping trip. And then we will know Ruby will be safe and we'll get to talk to Astrid. And Ruby's so excited about this. And so poor Josh, his like solo bonding daddy-daughter camping trip turns into Claire, Iris, Delilah, Astrid,
fucking God.
Spencer shows up.
Oh my God. I was so mad on behalf of everybody else. There's a scene. They get to camping.
Yeah.
And so Josh and Claire have a little tiff because he's going to take her to the hot spring. And she's like, oh my God, he's going to take her to boiling water.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's when we have the thing of he's like, I know how to camp, Claire. I'm not going to kill our daughter. Like,
right.
I thought this was going to be a daddy-daughter camping trip, and you've turned it into this whatever the fuck thing.
This group
like,
nightmare.
I know you don't trust me, but at some point you're going to have to let go of the reins a little bit and give me like the benefit of the doubt. And he's right.
I love Claire too, because she immediately is like, you know what? That is so valid.
Well, yeah, because literally the only person who knows anything about camping in this situation, to be clear, is Hot Mess Josh. Like, he's
and
the
so he's
only
taking
person
care of everyone. He's the only
Yeah.
one who knows how to cook on a campfire. Like, he's doing everything for every person there.
Well, and then this was so funny because she starts to go hiking with Spencer, Astrid, and Iris, and then she's like, "Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back." And because she wants to go to the hot spring and just like she just needs the proof that everything is fine.
And she wants to see Delilah because Delilah, like, they had a conversation where Delilah is catching too many feelings, and so she's trying to pull back a little bit. And Claire thinks that she's gone too far and is pushing Delilah away as a result, because they've decided this is just going to be sex until the end of the wedding, and then Delilah's going to go back to New York, and they're going to go live their lives separately, right? And so she's like, I really need to make sure that everything's okay with Delilah because she stayed at camp. And so, of course, like, we get an excellent finger bang, all right? Thank you so much.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. You're
Finger
correct.
bang against a tree, I think, maybe, or in the tent.
No, it was
who
in their
knows?
tent because there's a makeout behind a tent before the hike starts.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's a finger bang in the tent. But yeah, she goes back. But the reason I brought any of this up is it is so fucking funny to me because as she decides they've started the hike and then she's like, actually, I gotta go back. And the look, I did not need to see Iris's look to see the look of what the fuck are you doing? Because she can't back out now. And so she is like, and part of me though is like
on this nightmare hike with Spencer.
I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm a terrible friend, but my first thought was you can definitely back out, Iris. You definitely could be like, yeah, actually, I also.
Oh golly, I rolled my ankle. I had to hobble back to camp.
Maybe I'm a terrible friend, but I was like, you can definitely get out of this.
Iris does not. And Claire knows that she's going to pay for it later, but she's not sorry. She's got stuff she's got to take care of. One of them is an excellent finger bang in a tent.
And the other is, oh my God. And then before they ever get to the hot springs, they decide she has her brilliant idea on how to prank Spencer.
Delilah does.
Yep. And so we find out later that the prank was they put cayenne pepper in all of his boxers, which as somebody who has had a very formative, memorable experience with spice in genital regions.
Mucous membranes? Ooh.
Yep. This was evil. This was hard to find funny for me because I was like, no.
The closest I've come to that is the warming lube, and it attacked me in a much more aggressive way than was advertised. It sent me like screaming, running to the bathroom to wash everything off. So honestly,
I'm
poor
glad.
Spencer.
I'm just, Melody, for your sake, I am so glad that washing it off for you.
Yes, the spice, I bet it didn't.
It doesn't.
How was that?
It was terrible. The
Did you
night
put
ended
milk
with
on
me.
it? Ugh.
Well, unfortunately, the person I was dating at the time, she was lactose intolerant, so she had lactase-free milk, and so we did give it a shot. I did end up pussy up in a bathtub for Valentine's Day.
How did that happen? Was it on somebody's hands? Did you cook or something?
No, it was worse. We went out for crawfish for dinner.
Okay.
We went to a crawfish boil, and when you eat crawfish, you get all of the seasoning all over your hands.
Okay.
And the person I was dating liked spicy crawfish, and it was almost worse because we decided to use a dildo. And so she touched it with her hand. There was a finger bang involved and then like a dildo involved. And
so we got up there.
So it got up there.
Golly.
And it was memorable.
No, Sabrina.
It was memorable. That's all.
Yeah, mine was just external, and that was bad enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have done if canal was involved. Jesus.
I'll just say that was the end of sex that night.
For sure. Maybe for the next couple of nighs.
I
were me.
to this day. This happened 12 years ago now. It'll be 13 years ago as of this upcoming February.
My poor Sabrina.
And I still, to this day, so when my gentleman caller was visiting, we did a seafood boil, and I looked at man dead in his face while he was here, and I said, "You're not fingering me tonight.
You're not touching me at all today.
You're not touching my vagina
with the program.
with your mouth or your hand, so we're going to have to get fucking creative."
Oh my God, I love it. Holy shit. Oh, yeah. No, there are some mistakes you do not repeat. Period. The end.
Yeah, and people are like, it can't be that bad. I vividly remember the entire experience. Let me tell you, it is that bad. Oh, but like, what if you like a little pain with your? I would take ginger. I would rather be figged than have crawfish boil up my pussy again.
Fig, as in the torture device? Oh no, that's the pear. What's
Figging?
a fig? What's
so
that?
figging is when you take peeled ginger and put it on your mucous membranes down there.
Why would one want to do that? Is it for pain?
It's a kink. It's a
Okay.
Say it is a masochism thing. I am telling you, as somebody who has experienced both, I would take figging over.
Quick question: why isn't it called gingering? Where do the figs come into play?
I don't know why you're asking me these questions.
Well, I don't. You're my current source of knowledge about this act I've never heard of.
I mean, like, I don't know.
Do figs also do that, do you think?
I don't know. I feel like I'm not putting a fig up there, though. That feels like it would be a fucking hot mess. Have you ever eaten a fig?
Yeah, but it's not like a kiwi.
It's smushy.
You know? Yeah.
How you gonna get all that out?
I mean, great question.
We're going digging. Get the finger shovels.
They say that the vagina is a self-cleaning mechanism. So eventually, I guess.
I feel like eventually it'll make it out, but not before your pH is fucked up for the next month and a half. Ooh. Also, like, I feel like it's so funny because I'm sitting here. It sounds like I'm so knowledgeable on figging. My awareness of figging is I was just strictly curious. I've never actually done it in a sexual thing, but I was like, I need to know. I have to know.
It's a thing you know about, though. Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, wash your hands and don't fuck after stuff like that. Wear gloves. I wear gloves now because of psoriasis. And guess what? You don't need psoriasis to wear a glove for a boil, especially if you want to get fucking laid later that day.
Yeah. If you want to get some digits involved, okay. So, where were we? Anyway, so yeah, they do that cayenne pepper thing on him, and God. That
unforgivable, unforgivable. This is the moment. If I was Spencer, I would be gone. I'd be like, I don't know who did what, but like somebody did something to cause this. This is not something that just fucking happens.
Oh no, I don't think Spencer would think that at all. Spencer has no idea that nobody likes him. Why would anybody do that to cool guy Spencer?
God, what a fucking... You're right. You're right. I just gotta hate him so much.
And the best part is that he is before he gets the sensation of the cayenne pepper, all he's been talking about before that is all of his bug bites too. And so like Spencer is just also the only reason he's there is because he heard Astrid was going to go camping and he thinks that she's like not competent enough to go without him. And that's the only reason he's there. She did not invite him. You showed up in
leather loafers. I don't want to fucking hear it, buddy.
Get the fuck out. Yeah, so Delilah wakes up in the middle of the night and decides to like go sit by the fire for a bit. Astrid is there too, drinking a beer. And it's clear that like something's happening with Astrid, but obviously they don't have a relationship to, open up.
Unload, open up, yeah.
Yeah. But we find out that Isabel's sex talk with them was it's a few minutes of like not enjoying it very much, but it keeps your husband happy, and I consider that time well spent. Horrifying.
Isabel, what are you doing telling that to an 11-year-old? Like, what the fuck
Horrifying.
is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You just fucked that child up for the rest of their life, as
Well,
is
and
obvious
Astrid's
here.
point in this moment is like, she's the person who says yes.
She doesn't know how to say no.
Yeah, it's the only answer that has ever worked
Been
for
allowed?
her. Exactly. Yeah. And so you can see from a distance that like Astrid is definitely having thoughts about her current life trajectory, but she also has no idea how to grapple with or fix it. And she's certainly not going to get Delilah's point of view on it. And so once
she's
Delilah...
also stuck.
Yes.
She feels stuck. There's no way out of
Yeah.
this.
The invitations have been, they RSVP'd, okay?
And you know,
Like,
I related to her quite a bit in this instance, because it would be extremely hard for me not to go through with it because of just what a hassle it would be and how much disappointment for a lot of people involved. Like, woof.
yeah, the ball is so far down the hill that the momentum is almost insurmountable, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they end up going back, and 2 days later, Delilah just shows up on Claire's doorstep because she tried to stay away, but she couldn't, everybody, okay? And she knows now that, like, this is not just sex. And she ends up taking Claire to a roller rink. She says, Claire says, where are you going to take me? And Delilah says, somewhere I can hold your hand.
Swoon is real. Listener,
the swoon is
here
huge.
Was real. I was like, I am so in love with you, Delilah Green, right now that it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like,
and then they come back and they have hot sex, and it's very meaningful. It's like their eye contact. It's emotional.
well, and then Claire asks her, like, do you do this a lot? Wine and dine your dates? And her response, like Delilah's response, is no, I've never done this with anybody. Like, I've never done this before in my whole life. Like, she didn't even go on dates with Jax.
Not like this. Yeah. I feel like they were too
So
cool for shit
precious.
like this, you know? They were like both too edgy or whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Man, it is such a fucking point in someone's favor if their date suggestion is just the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Like, just some fucking goofy thing. Like, oh man, I'll look like a fool. Good.
Excellent.
Good. Because I live my life as a fool. So, like, I need
book
proof that
2
you can keep up.
Yeah. In book 2, there's a boozy mini golf place.
That sounds amazing.
Incredible,
You know, oh my
right?
God. I was literally just talking about this the other day. Like, there are on occasion moments where I am devastated that I no longer drink, you know? Like,
Sure,
I'm like,
yeah.
there's like so many experiences, or like there's a new beer that just recently came out by a fucking brewery that I love, and I tasted it. I was like, fuck, that is such a good beer. But like, oh man, I want boozy mini golf, and like I'll still like hang out and
I
they'll
know.
have a great time. But like, man, just thinking about my past, like drunk mini golf would have been so up my alley.
Yeah. Well, you know, I did try one of those like THC drinks the other day, and it was pretty good.
They are very tasty. Yeah, I do like a THC drink.
And it was like nice and mellow, but like I still felt like a little bit of the buzz and everything. And I only had 2.
Yeah, and then it goes away so much quicker than alcohol does.
Exactly. That's the other thing. And I felt great the next morning.
So then the next thing that happens is we have the bachelorette party that wasn't. Because Iris and Claire are headed over for the bachelorette party, penis free, because Astrid was that was very important to Astrid.
Astrid's too classy for that.
But you know what Astrid's not too classy for? Throwing Spencer shit on the lawn and yelling at him in the front yard. They show up to this and they're like, should we leave? This is kind of private. And then Iris is like, fuck
that.
And like brings down the window.
Yeah.
And she has hit her final straw. She just found out. He's like, stop being such an overreactive bitch, blah, blah, blah. Turns out he bought a house in Seattle. He just did it. He didn't show her pictures. He didn't
Without
talk to her
consulting
about it.
her.
They haven't even confirmed that they will be moving to Seattle because she told him that they would talk about it. And he has just decided that they're moving to Seattle, and he bought a house. And she's like,
and
I'm
he yells
fucking
at her.
done.
He's like, you need to get out of this town because you're like a floppy fish in front of your mom, and your friends are miscreants. And Iris is sitting there in the car going, fuck yeah, we are.
And like, you'll never be something. You'll never be something. There's no opportunity. And she's like, I fucking like my life here, you shit weasel.
Yeah.
And breaks up with him.
Oh, it's
it was
great.
so, oh my God. And then he's such a fucking baby. He picks up his fucking Gucci and Armani suits. And when he sees Iris and Claire in the car, he flips him off over the thing and then like stomps off to his car. And it's like, you're not in the, like, right here, my friend.
Get out of here, bro. Yeah. So they go in, and Astrid is obviously just unmoored, at a loss, devastated, doesn't know what to do. And she knows that she's going to have to tell her mom about this. And so they're like, we'll go with you, and, you know, we'll be the moral support with you when you tell Isabel. So Claire calls Delilah because their next stop was to pick up Delilah the photographer so that she could document this bachelorette party. And Claire is like, I think you should come over to Wisteria House. And Delilah's like, oh, that's like one of my least favorite things to do. And Claire says, I'll wait outside for you and you won't have to walk inside by yourself.
Oh my God. And then she gets there and they do the thing. Ashley Herring Blake does a thing where now standing in front of her home, she couldn't make herself turn away. For the first time since her father died, she wanted to go inside. What the hell had Claire Sutherland done to her? This wasn't okay. She needed to leave. Now, what did she care if Astrid was upset, if Isabel's perfect fairy tale wedding was dissolving behind her parlor doors? She didn't. Delilah Green didn't care because they'd never once cared about her.
Yeah.
And
so she walks in and she overhears what's happening in the parlor. And the biggest takeaway is that Isabel doesn't understand why she insisted upon having her sister there to begin with. She's a barn animal who ruins everything.
Yep. Yeah.
And
literally.
That is what she says, right?
I'm looking at the quote because she says, so Isabel looks at her and says, oh, for God's sake, Astrid, stop crying. If this is upsetting you so much, call your fiance and fix it. He's not upsetting me, Mom. You are. I beg your pardon? Just once, please put me first. I have done nothing but put you first your entire life, young lady. No, you haven't. You've put your image first, your money, your social standing, and I'm tired, Mom. I'm tired. Delilah's tired. Don't you dare talk to me about that girl. She made it very clear a long time ago how she feels about this family. You think I don't know she pushed poor Spencer into the river? And that debacle at Vivian's? My God, she's like a barn animal. I don't know where I went wrong with her. And then Ashley
and I don't know why you and
she says, Mom, stop. And she says, if you ask me, this is her fault. You were perfectly happy marrying Spencer before she came back to town. I warned you she'd just stir up trouble. But no, you just had to have your sister at your wedding, didn't you?
And so Delilah's like, no, this would rock my entire worldview. That can't be possible. And so she just sort of like backs up and goes upstairs because she doesn't know what to do. She ends up in Astrid's room because her room doesn't exist anymore.
I was so fucking mad at Delilah in this moment, though. I personally have like very specific experiences in my life of people reading my journals. That's why I don't have journals anymore.
I was very conflicted about this.
I was not.
Okay, fair. Well, she never would have found out the information otherwise, but she does.
I don't give a shit.
I know.
So fucking mad at Delilah Green.
I know. She sees Astrid's childhood journals and she decides to crack one open just to see like what the fuck, how her like memory of their childhood is so different. And so she reads through a bunch of her journals and she finds out that like Astrid wanted a sister the whole time and she kept on trying to reach out to Delilah especially in the early months after her dad died. And Delilah was just too mired in grief, and she didn't really even notice that Astrid was reaching out. And so all of her journals are like, Delilah doesn't even like me. I don't know why I have a sister.
I don't know how to get
I don't know how to
close
reach
with
her. Yeah. And then
it's like
finally,
that from like 10 until like 16 is the last entry that she reads.
yeah.
She just starts skimming through miscellaneous ones.
Yeah. And she keeps on like hearing about how Astrid has always wanted a connection to her, but has never been able to reach her. And she also starts to kind of put together that like, oh shit, this might be why Astrid rejected me. Because she's like, no, Astrid rejected me. You know, this can't be real. So Claire comes in, finds her, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I wasn't outside to walk in with you.
What the fuck are you two doing?
Oh my God.
Why do you do this
hardcore.
in Astrid's fucking childhood bedroom?
Right? On her twin bed?
This
They
is not
are
the time.
rolling around, making out. Delilah's thinking about going up the shirt. And Claire says, I want this. I want this with you. I know you're going
Claire
back to New York,
says,
but yes.
I don't want you to leave. I don't want this to be casual or just sex or whatever we agreed it to be. I hate casual. Casual sucks. I don't know how anybody does it.
Aw.
I know you live in New York and you need to be there and I need to be here, but I don't care. We can figure something out, can't we? We can tell Astrid about us. Iris too. I think I don't want. And then Delilah stops her and like puts her hand to her lips to stop her from her rambling. And she is thinking to herself, she stared at the other woman, trying to parse this feeling in her chest, but it only took a second for her to figure it out. Relief. A little spark of fear that felt pretty normal for something this big. Happiness. Before right now, when was the last time she felt really and truly happy? She couldn't remember. Getting the email about the show at the Whitney, maybe, but that was different. That was success. This was blood-warming, bone-settling, brain-fogging happiness. But she couldn't put any of that into words, not yet. So she pulled Claire closer, slid her hand up her back and around her nape, and she's just kissing her.
And she kisses her for every time she wants to say yes. But obviously never actually verbalizes that.
And then Astrid walks in.
And then Astrid shows up in the doorway. Yeah, she's like, what the fuck is happening here? What the fuck is my best friend doing with the sister who hates me?
You know what? Fair.
Yeah.
Astrid, you're in the right here.
Well, and then things go to hell in a handbasket.
Well, yeah, because Astrid is so fucking mad. It's like she's gone through this thing. She just ended her wedding and her engagement. She just stood up to her mom for the first time in her entire life. And then she looks at Astrid. She looks at Delilah and she says, I can't believe this. 22 years we've been sisters. 22 years of your distance and your I don't give a shit about anyone but myself attitude. 22 years of wondering what the hell was wrong with me, what I did, why you wouldn't give me a chance, why I wouldn't give you a chance, Delilah said, standing up. The second my father died, your mother made it very clear what I was in this family.
Yeah.
A ward, a girl without a home, an orphan, someone she would feed and clothe, and that was it. Not a family member, not a daughter. And then Astrid says, that's mother.
Yeah.
What about me? And then she says, I should have never invited you here. And Delilah says, why did you? And Astrid says, because you're my goddamn sister and I wanted you at my wedding. I don't know what I thought, but I certainly didn't expect this. Mom was right. You don't care about us. You don't care about me. You never gave me a chance to, Delilah said. And then she said, and Astrid says, I gave you a chance the second I hired you for this wedding. I gave you a chance every holiday you never came home. And every time I stopped by your room growing up, every time we had dinner, so now I'm supposed to be a mind reader. You ignored me for the entirety of high school, middle school. You ignored me every time Claire and Iris came over to the house, making sure I felt like an outsider every step of the way. And then Astrid looks at her with tears in her eyes and says, You ignored me first.
Oh, it's
my God.
heartbreaking.
Babies.
It's
Oh
heartbreaking.
my God.
And then she's like, and so you come to my wedding and what? You revenge fuck my best friend? Like, congratulations, you win the bet. And both Iris and Claire are like, I'm sorry, bet? And so she explains what Delilah said, and Delilah's just standing there being like, no, this is going sideways. This is not a correct representation of what has happened, even though it is technically all true.
Yeah. And that's the worst when somebody calls you out about something like that. And you're like, oh my God. So like all of the facts as you're stating them are
I don't have any rebuttal for that. But the means
what happened was
yeah, exactly. So Delilah says, she's like, Claire, and all Claire does is hold up her hand to be like, stop. And so Delilah just looks at all three of them and without a word walks out of the room and then goes back to New York without talking to any of them. And I don't remember if this is Astrid's point of view or if she says it or something, but at some point we know that Astrid is like, yeah, that's one more opportunity. And instead, she chose to bail once again. That was her reflex. That's what she did. So now Claire's heartbroken. Okay?
Well, and like, what is Claire supposed to think right now? She just confessed everything to Delilah, and Delilah didn't say anything.
She never technically said that she also wants to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
She just distracted her with kisses.
And
she
oh my
thinks,
God,
probably.
and it's so sad because Claire thinks to herself, she's thinking about it, all of these things, and she says, it was real, wasn't it? But now the truth of how unfeasible their whole relationship was settled on Claire's shoulders. Claire had asked Delilah to stay, to try, to figure it out together. But Delilah hadn't said yes. She kissed Claire, touched her so gently and tenderly it made Claire's throat tighten just remembering it. But she hadn't said yes because she couldn't. Moreover, she didn't want to. Delilah was always going to leave, just like Josh, just like Claire's father. Regardless of how this started, no matter what she felt for Delilah or what she had hoped might happen, she couldn't give her heart to someone else just to have them disappear again. Whatever this was between them, sex, more, nothing, it was over. Because Delilah Green would never stay in Bright Falls for Claire Sutherland. And I had to take a break from reading because I started crying.
Yeah. Well, and meanwhile, this is also happening at the same time that Ruby can't get a hold of Josh. And so
oh my God.
Claire's also worried because it seems like maybe Josh has skipped town again after he promised them so many times that he would never do it again. So finally, Iris and Astrid show up to the house because they're going to make up. Like, Astrid's been really fucking pissed, and Iris has just been sending Claire, like, items to do, like cancel the florist and like call this asshole and tell them the wedding's off. And so Claire's been doing all the things, you know, but she knows that both of them are really pissed at her, especially Astrid. Astrid feels very betrayed. So finally, Iris and Astrid show up to her house. Meanwhile, she's made a depression nest on the couch.
I loved this so much, and like, me too, girl.
Yeah,
me fucking too. I feel
it's all blankets
real
and
hard.
tissues and booze and snacks and like just overall. So they talk it all through, and she's like, "Oh, also Josh is gone." And both of them are so fucking pissed because they know. Mad. Yes, they know the entire history. They have felt the vicarious pain that Claire has gone through for all of the years that they've been together and or just co-parenting or not at all co-parenting, right?
Mhm.
And so then all of a sudden she starts getting like her phone blows up. And at first she thinks it might be Delilah, but then she looks down and it's Josh. And he's like, oh my God, you didn't get my text. Oh no. Oh shit. Wait, no, I told you that I was going to be gone I would be back on Friday. Oh fuck. Wait, does Ruby feel? Oh no, I have so many texts and calls from Ruby.
I'm here.
Oh shit, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming right now. And then as he's walking up the drive, Claire goes to meet him, and Iris zooms past Claire and just full on
Punches
decks
this
this
dude
guy.
straight in the face. I
Auntie Iris
love
doesn't
this.
play.
I love this girl gang that they have.
Yes. Yeah.
I love them.
So basically, Josh he didn't bail. It turns out his text telling them that like he was going out to the mountains where he didn't have cell reception and he doesn't have Wi-Fi yet didn't go through. And so he's back on the exact day he told them he thought he was going to be back, but neither of them knew about this. And so he's like, wait, okay, but I finished my house. And Claire is like, what?
What?
And he's like, yeah, I've been building a house for myself in this neighboring town out in the mountains, and it's done now. I was finishing it this weekend. And
Well,
Claire's
not
like,
only this was like hinted at earlier in
Yeah.
the book where he was like, I really want to like,
I might settle down in the country,
yeah.
in this like mountain area, Winterberry, I
like-
think it's called.
Yo, okay.
Yeah.
Josh will settle down in the country.
I'll believe it when I see it.
sure. And it's like, oh.
And she's like, why didn't you tell me you were building yourself a house? And he's like, well, because I knew you wouldn't believe me, you know? Like, I wanted to show you.
I knew that words mean nothing.
Yes, I was proving to you with my actions that I have changed and I'm here. And I just want to be a good dad and I just want to love Ruby and co-parent with you and all the business. And so it's fucking wonderful. Ruby obviously like flies into his arms, even though blood is all over his face, thanks to Auntie Iris.
Yeah, he got fucked up, listener.
He got wrecked. Yeah. So
Oh my
then
God.
we switch perspectives.
So fucking funny.
And Delilah Green is opening her show at the Whitney. She has spent the past 7 to 9 days in
No,
a
there was
goddamn
this-
fever dream. What?
So not only did he
Oh, yeah.
start like build the house, he started his own business, but then they're talking about it. So
Oh, yeah.
historically, whenever he came back, they would end up fucking.
Yeah.
And like she would end up wrecked. That's what led to the river photo.
Yeah.
But he basically he looks at her and he's like, so we need to stop doing what we're doing. And she's like, screwing? We're adults, Josh, with a preteen. Like you can just say what it is that we do.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it doesn't help either of us be a good parent to Ruby. And honestly, in the past, I wonder if us having sex was half the reason I bolted. Not that any of that was your fault. It was all me. But, well, the sex confused me, scared me. And I just wanted to be a good dad and a good co-parent for you. And
Mhm.
I melted so hard at that, Melody.
I
And
know.
then they agree on that. And he says, and we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
love each other like that anymore. And she says, no, we don't. He says, and I want to have that with someone someday. I want that for you too. And there's the fact that you're completely in love with someone else. Her smile
Ugh.
dropped. I'm sorry. What?
Pardon?
He laughed. Admit it. And she's like, I can't admit to something I don't understand. And he says, oh, please, Claire, you and Delilah, it's obvious. It absolutely is not. You saw us together. What, once? And he's like, once was enough. I know she's got a complicated past in Bright Falls, but I've never seen anyone look at you like she did. Not even me.
Not even me.
And you looked at her the exact same way. And how was that? Like you'd follow her to the moon.
Stop it, Josh. Josh, you absolute scoundrel.
Oh,
Dreamboat.
swoon.
Yeah.
Swoon.
So, yes, now we switch perspectives to Delilah. She has, just been a whirlwind of activity getting ready for this Whitney show, and it's the opening now. and she looks across the room and she sees Astrid looking at one of her photos. I think she's looking at the photo of Claire. And so she goes over, they have this whole like sister tete-a-tete, because Astrid says, I spent a lot of time being really, really mad at you for always flaking on holidays, but I didn't once plan a trip out here to visit you. And that's like kind of on me too. Yeah.
Oh.
And they like talk about Claire a little bit.
Astrid is still looking at the art and she goes, Delilah, are you in love with my best friend? And Delilah's just like, and can't even say anything. And then Astrid just says, you shouldn't sell this picture. I know somebody who you should show it to instead. She's talking about Claire. This is her giving her blessing.
And then Astrid helps do a grand gesture at Claire with Delilah. So Claire walks into her goddamn adorable bookshop, okay? And all of a sudden, it is just like covered in beautiful black and white photos of not only that river photo, but also like all the new photos that she got over the wedding.
The images were large, at least 20 by 40, and Claire saw familiar faces behind the glass of each one. Her and Ruby at Vivian's, Claire's face pressed into her daughter's hair. Claire, Iris, and Astrid at the vineyard. Astrid in between the other two women, wine glasses in their hands, their mouths open in laughter, rolling rows of grapes blurred behind them. Firelight in the darkness, Iris and Claire huddled together on a log bench, Iris's mouth near Claire's ear as though sharing a secret. Ruby on Josh's shoulders in the hot springs. Her arms spread and the most beautiful euphoric smile on her face. And it's just like, it's her friends, her family, her like all of these things that she loves. And like, she's always had the blank walls because she didn't know how to put what she wanted there, which is everything she loves. And it's there. And then
Delilah comes out of the shadows.
Delilah, because the last picture, though, is that fucking river picture.
Yeah.
Delilah.
Yeah.
Delilah Green, you are lucky that this was a hit and a crit instead of a hit and a miss. Like,
no, it's definitely a different tone for sure from the other photos that she has hung up.
Yeah,
but then Delilah comes out
like,
of the...
I'm so sorry. It's just like, Delilah, you said you would never use this photo without her consent. And now not only has all of fucking high, like niche photography interests seen it, but you hung it in her bookstore. These people are going to recognize her.
You don't want your lowest moment when you're just mascara smeared and absolutely devastated to be on display for all of those people to see.
It just made me laugh so hard.
I know.
Oh
well, then
God.
Delilah comes out of the shadows and she's like, this is my big grand gesture. I want to be with you. I'm going to move back to Bright Falls if you'll have me. And she's like, wait, but you have to be in New York for photography. And Delilah's like, I got an agent already, like dust my shoulder off. And so I can be anywhere. I can take photos anywhere and I can go back and forth if I need to, but I want to be with you. And so they decide to be together forever. And like, they're going to get married.
It's literally, cute, listener. It's so fucking cute.
It's so good. Yeah.
It's so
and that's
good.
It. That's the end. And then the second and third books also knock it out of the fucking park.
Very importantly, in the goddamn epilogue, fucking Iris is Iris and looks at Astrid dead in her beautiful face. Because Astrid's like, I'm fucking done with men. And Iris is like, so women? And Astrid just looks at her. And Iris is like, all right, well, I'm going to do for you what I did for Claire. And then she stands up in the middle of this bar again, as if not every single person in this bar knows about the Fiasco Society wedding. And Iris stands up and is like, hey, this is my friend and she needs to get fucked. Look how hot she is.
Hear ye. Astrid is single.
And they're together forever. It's adorable.
It's the best.
I loved it.
And this friend group is the best. Like, Delilah just fits right back in the way that the way that she never could in childhood, you know?
Uh-huh.
It's great. It's great. The end. Okay, Sabrina, what's your lady love?
Before I launch into my lady love, I don't think that this is gonna be your lady love, but I would like to point out that Melody's lady love should be that I'm gonna let her give me quickies on both of these books because now instead of promising I'm gonna read them anytime soon, because I just know myself and we've learned that that's not
the
gonna
track
happen.
record. Yeah.
Also, I'm still deep in Lorraine Heath's back catalog, so there's no and unfortunately now I'm in the historical back catalog for Lorraine Heath, and I'm in the back catalog for sci-fi alien romance with Hope Hart. So like I'm not seeing sunlight for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, my lady love is get that weird sex toy you've been debating.
Yes.
If you have been sitting there contemplating, should I order this thing? Maybe I should. And like you've been like debating it, just fucking do it.
Do it.
And the advice I'm gonna give is don't go buy the fancy, amazing one that you want. Just get an inexpensive one that you won't be upset at. You're like, I spent $30 on this. Like I just wanted to see if I would even like it in reality. Because you know, do it. Just fucking do it.
Do it.
Buy the sex toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy the monster cock if you have wanted one. So there.
Yeah, I did. And no regrets. So that's my lady love. Just do the thing. Buy the sex toy.
I fucking love it. Do it. Buy the sex toy. Yeah. Okay, my lady love, in addition to Sabrina being so magnanimous and allowing me to tell her and patrons about the next 2 books in this series, my
Look at
lady
me.
love.
Look how magnanimous I am.
You are. Yes. But also, root beer floats. Yesterday, Ember out of the fucking blue.
What a good fucking lady love melody. I fucking love a root beer float.
Out of the fucking blue, Ember just said into the ether to no one, we haven't had root beer floats in a long time. And I was like, oh, challenge accepted, sir. You're right. I completely forgot that root beer floats even existed until you just said it right now. And like, it's happening.
I'm not a huge fan of root beer, but like, I will fuck up a root beer float.
Yeah. My other lady love is Breyer's having a 2 for $5 quart boy, like one of those big uns. Maybe it's a half gallon. I don't know what they are. Big uns?
Yeah.
2 for $5 sale. Boy, oh boy. Did I go for that?
I call that a three serving.
Yes, exactly. I love it. Yeah. Get your boy.
A 3 serving boy.
Did you realize that root beer floats are still out there as an option? Listener?
Well,
they are.
Not only are they an option, but like the bigger secret is, did you know you can use any soda?
Yes, you can use any soda. I wouldn't recommend Sprite. It's not great. Not great.
Yeah, I have
it's a little bit
Mountain
too key lime pie-y.
I did like a Mountain Dew float that I had one time, but we didn't use vanilla ice cream. What flavor ice cream did I don't remember?
Was it a sherbet?
Maybe it was a sherbet.
That would look really. That would be yum.
I do enjoy a root beer float, but if I get to choose which one I want, I do usually go for a Coke float.
A Coke float is really good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's an option. I might have to buy the stuff to make me a little floaty boy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Keeping a badass and love yourself as much as you love just
Iris.
Punching out a fuck boy for your friend.
You could just leave it at punching out a fuck boy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Okay, bye.
All right. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Next week, we'll be back with a recap of some Christmas novellas and short stories celebrating trans and queer joy. Heaving Bosoms is produced by us, Melody Carlisle and Sabrina Bradley. Editing is done by me, Melody Carlisle. Our theme music is by the incredible singer-songwriter Brittany Fonts, and our art is by the ultra-talented author Kate Pryor. If you like our show, remember to follow us on your favorite podcast app, rate us 5 stars, and leave a review. That one small action is a huge way to help the show. If you want to get in touch with us for advertising inquiries or anything else, you can email us at heavingbosomespodcast@gmail.com. If you want more of us, visit patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast. You can also find us on Instagram at Heaving Bosoms, on TikTok at Heaving_Bosoms, and in our Facebook group, the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cult. See you next week.